Hi everybody, it's Galactic-Man Larry here again with another Marvel Legends figure review, and today we have in front of us from the X-Men Retro Wave Marvel Spiral and this is one of the most anticipated figures that were revealed on the San Diego Comic-Con, if I'm right. And as soon as I saw this one, and I guess almost everybody, it was like an instant, like a no-brainer. Like, just look at that, 6 arms. I mean, that's how the character is, of course, but just look at how good this figure looks. And she's packed with swords and this kind of cleaver axe thingy. Of course, the artwork by David Nakayama, which is amazing. I hope I said his name right. I've been loving his artwork since they started putting him in the cards. Here we have the rest of the wave. I have none of them pre-ordered. I might get the Phoenix and that's it, or maybe even Longshot. I don't know if I don't get the special edition, the 3-pack, you know, the 4-pack, the Mojo special pack, whatever. Here you have the bio of Spiral. It's black on red, so the contrast is not that strong, but I hope you can read it. Pause it now and read it. And yeah, just that. It pains me because this card is so well. I got it here through Hasbro Pulse Germany or Europe, and it pains me to open this thing because it looks so good on the card. Maybe, just maybe, I'll get a second copy of this one because it really looks amazing. Anyway, let's take her out and see how good she actually is. Before I take everything out, I just wanted to show you how she's packed in 2 trays, herself and her alternate hands, with all the swords and cleaver and all of that in the back tray. And there we have the Marvel Legends RetroCardedX-Men Spiral figure out of the packaging, equipped with all the weapons she comes with, and her 2 extra hands laying down there. And I must say, this is a home run of a figure, in my opinion. I mean, in the aesthetics department, and the fact that she has 6 arms and all pinless and all of that, looks amazing. I mean, even if you, I mean, like myself, I just knew the character existed, but I don't know her actual story. Well, now I know because I've been watching some of the other reviews and all of that, but I didn't know anything about Spiral, just that she existed, you know. I didn't even know that she was part of Mojo's team and all of that. I just ignored her story, but you know, I remember her being in Marvel versus Capcom and all of that, but yeah, I just knew her from the name and the look, you know. But in action figure form, this is great to have. I mean, 6 arms, or all independent. Just the character design is great, and they translated that greatly into figure form. What else could she have? Well, she could have some wash to the fur here on the legs or to the hair, and of course some wash to the body also, because it's just plain plastic. But I'm not really complaining. I'm happy that we have the figure as it is. I guess some money went into this one because of the having to do that with the 6 arms, and I'm glad she's not like a deluxe price fee. I mean, the prices have gone up, so anyway, they're already deluxe enough for Marvel Legends, but yeah, I'm glad that she's not even more expensive than that, you know. But yeah, here we have her. Let's take a closer look. Well, first of all, she was actually, this fist was in the packaging. It was, I mean, she was wearing this hand or wielding, or well, that was the hand pegged in. I don't remember if this was also, if she had this hand on, or if this was on the packaging. Well, you just saw that, so you can check yourself. You can of course just change them, but I wanted her to be with her weapons, and yeah, that's kind of the look I was going for. Let me focus again. Just take a look at that. I mean, all of the hands, just before we do articulation, all of that, they're vertically hinged. All of the arms can do at least a T-pose. They have a bicep swivel, as you can see, double jointed pinless elbows that can bend all the way. We'll check that in a moment, but you can see she comes with a golden sword. That's the same sculpt from the Angela figure from the Titus wave. This kind of axe thing is also from the Angela figure. I don't know if it was made for any other figure before. I'm not a huge fan of these things. They look, yeah, very random, but it's okay. The katanas, they're the same from the Silver Samurai and maybe other characters. Let's take a look at that face. You can see, well, first of all, the eyes are all white. I think that's the way the character is. I mean, from here I cannot really see if she has more like the irises or something like if... Anyway, they're just all white. You can see she has some eyeshadow and it's very nicely done. It's not overdone like with the Madame Hydra or something like that. You can see the lipstick is very saturated or very dark, but it's good. I mean, makes her look a bit like, you know, like serious. And yeah, the eyebrows are nicely applied in my copy. I hope in yours as well. One complaint I have, you can see those like gems on her chest or below her neck. They are a bit scuffed because these armor pieces were just like this in the packaging, so I guess it just rubbed off. Well, I'm sure it's what happened actually. Maybe I can see the paint spot on the... It doesn't matter. Well, it matters that the paint rubbed off. It doesn't matter if it's now on that plate, on those shoulder plates, it's because no one can see. Yeah, again, the hair would benefit from a wash. You can see this belt floaty piece is nice. It has just a little bit of silver for the buckle. She has silver for her bracelets here. You can see in my copy, that's also some shitty quality control. This one is all rubbed from the inside. The outside is nicely, yeah, it's all still there. I can see this other one. I don't know if it shows in camera, but I can see some of the skin tone from the plastic peeping through. Yeah. This, I mean, where it's nicely applied, it's nicely applied, but some places it's sloppy, or it, because of the packaging, it just rubbed off or whatever. Luckily, silver is not the hardest color to... I mean, you can just get... I have some paint and I can just fix it myself when I have some time for that. The helmet has at least... I mean, the of course, the silver part, like the samurai helmet here, is a separate piece. And I guess the head is... I mean, the face is another piece, the hair is another piece, and this thing with the blues there, with the blue stripes here on the top, that seems to be also another piece. I don't know how many pieces it would make, but it's made of several pieces. The head sculpt, I mean the head, and you can of course see she has her like cybernetic arm in very typical Marvel style, just like metallic plastic with just some lines there, and that's a cybernetic arm. And yeah, it looks nice, also pinless, also vertically swiveled. All the fingers, I mean, all her hands have only 3 fingers, like I think everything in the Mojo world. Let's remove her weapons. Again, the only paint for this one is that brown in the handle as well as in the katanas. Actually, the katanas, I think they're cast in brown, and they have the silver paint. And there's 2 different sizes. These two are the longer ones, or I mixed it. I mean, there's 2 longer katanas and 2 shorter. I don't know if that's already a different name for those blades, for those swords, but I'll just call them katanas, the long and the short ones. If you know what's the different name, if there's any, let me know please in the comment section below. And by the way, if you're watching, please leave a like, share and subscribe. That helps me a lot to continue bringing you content, and yeah, just helps a lot. You know, I want to get to 1,000 subscribers, of course, and all of that, and to start making this more of a, not just a hobby, but a more serious thing. I must say, one thing I'm not very happy about my copy is that it has a bit of a wiggly, floppy thing happening, going on here in the diaphragm. That's a bit sad, or quite actually. I mean, it's, yeah, I don't like that. But yeah, you can see the head. Of course, it's with the hair there and the shoulders and all that extra back sculpt. for the third arms on each side. The head will be a bit limited. It can turn a bit to the sides, or actually it can turn all the way around, it seems. But yeah, I don't want to do it now because of the whole traffic. I mean, with the hair and the shoulder pads, but it's something you can do. Actually, is it? No, I won't remove it now, but it's on a dumbbell joint. You can actually, if you remove that, you can actually remove the shoulder plates. They're just pegged there on top of the shoulders, of course. It's a bit of the head is of course limited by the amount of hair she has, so she cannot really look up. She can just look down a little bit. It's more like, yeah, she'll always be like a stern looking character. Anyway, that's a little bit of a downside, but just the figure itself, just by itself, looks amazing, so I don't want to complain much. I like that they gave us this very peculiar character, and that they nailed her. You can see the arms are double jointed. Well, I said that already, but you can do the T-pose. I think nothing more. I don't want to force it. Actually, when I heated it, the figure, because some of the joints were very frozen, the cybernetic arm just popped. They're just pegged in there. They have no butterflies, of course. It's that would be maybe too much for the amount of the real estate you have in the actual torso. You can see bicep swivel. Of course, the arms are not that thick. It's a female character. The arms, well, that's not an excuse, yeah, but she has 6 arms and they're not super thick. So be careful always when posing her. Just hold the bicep when you're moving the double jointed elbows and all of that. You can see it can really bend. I mean, that one gets hindered by the head and all of that, but you can see it would be able to bend all the way. Let's do it with the cybernetic. Well, I think it won't be possible to show it to you here because things get in the way. This one will be I think the lowest arm will be able to. You can see it can really bend all the way. Let me focus there. And all the arms are more or less the same sculpt. Of course, these ones have the bracelets there, but yeah, and the hands can go vertical, which is great, and of course they can turn all the way around. Just be careful that nothing is frozen and you snap it. The diaphragm can bend to the sides, can tilt, has a very nice amount of tilt. She's not a teenager body. She has her curves, and I'm glad. I mean, we need the characters just as they're drawn and not like softened versions. Anyway, she can bend backwards that far, which is, I think, good enough. She can bend forward just a little bit. That's somewhere she could be better. Maybe if she had another, like at the waist, if she had another joint or something. But well, yeah, it's Marvel Legends. We're not talking figure arts here or Mafex or something like that. But yeah, they could actually do that even at the lower price point. Here you have the legs can do that far splits. It's not the greatest, but it's better than many other characters. You can see, actually, one thing I wanted to tell you. I don't know if you can see that. The way the legs are made. And she has a little bit of a kicking back. You can see. That's great. She has just a little bit extra movement backwards. Even if she has her, nicely sculpted back there. You can see here maybe that that part of the leg, if you do like this, it will just clash with the hard plastic, and it will get like a little bite there. So be aware of that. Maybe you can soften that, or if you don't care, well, it doesn't matter. The thigh cut is ratcheted, and when I heated this figure, I was like very scared because it went very gummy. Now it's okay. and you can see it's ratcheted. Of course, can go all the way around. I don't need to show you, but also because I don't want to risk that it actually, yeah, I don't want to actually mess it. But yeah, ratcheted. The double jointed knees, pinless, can bend that far because this fur gets in the way, but otherwise you would be able to bend further. There's no boot cut, but you have a cut, like you can turn the feet below the fur. You can bend the feet backwards that far. I mean, the whole fur sculpts get in the way, and they can bend forwards that far, just a little bit again, because all of the sculpt gets in the way. And she has a nice ankle rocker, but again, the feeling is a bit gummy, and I don't want to snap this thing ever, and also not on camera, you know. But you can see it's also like, well, of course, ratcheted, and yeah, it's there. You will be able to do some adjustments, but maybe you won't be able to use the whole range because of the fur sculpt there. This is a figure that you can use in any kind of sci-fi situation. You can also give her 6 lightsabers, and yeah, there you have another Sith Lord, kind of. I don't know, just you can, I mean, you can just have her in your X-Men villain display, or you can put her wherever you want. It's a toy, you know. At the end, it's just a fictitious character, and or you can give her 6 guns, and she can be some Cobra La thing. And I don't know. She can go anywhere. She has 6 arms, and that's the cool thing. The face sculpt is great. That helmet is super cool. I mean, just a great figure to have, in my opinion, if you're into Marvel or not. And there we have our Marvel Legends Spiral figure next to General Grievous, Ayla Secura, and Asajj Ventress from Star Wars The Black Series. Here we have her next to Infinity Ultron and the Silver Samurai. And next to the retro-carded Rogue, Angela, Morph Shredder from the Lightning Collection, as well as the Red Ranger with the better helmet, you know. So I think, I mean, I'm sure you think it as well. This Spiral figure is a blast. She's great. She's just, I mean, she has 6 arms, and you can wield 6 weapons, and all vertical hinged and all double jointed and all of that. It's just, it's like a statement of where the Marvel Legends figure are at this point in time. And yeah, it's just a great one. I can only recommend her. Decide for yourself, of course. Prices have gone up. But this is one I think you should get. I mean, if you're collecting, this is one you should get, in my opinion. So please leave a like, share, and subscribe. That helps me a lot, and I thank you in advance. I will see you in the next one. Take care. Ciao, ciao, ciao.